Hey,
Okay.
we've been gone for a little bit and we want to apologize, but also not apologize for living our lives because we've been busy.
Yeah, I'm sure you have been busy too. Right? They're probably like, who is this?
Who is this? No, seriously. Who is this? Cal and I unintentionally took the month off of podcasting because we've been girl bosses. And so we came into this with no real plan other than to just update you on where our lives are at in like a cool way.
Yeah, in a cool, mysterious way.
Because we're not
We're not going to.
overshare.
Are we not?
I don't know. Maybe
We'll find out.
We'll find out on how caffeinated is Paisley today.
Luckily, I didn't take any
You
caffeine.
didn't take any caffeine?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, I did too much. Cal, last night you had your first Sorry Dad Studios event, which was really exciting.
Sponsored by Peach Honey.
Yeah! And it was a huge success.
It was.
And I've told you this already because you're my best friend. I can call you every 5 minutes, but I want everyone to know how out of the park she knocked it. And full disclosure, a couple days before, her and I were kind of panicking because not a ton of tickets had been sold and did we need to reschedule. And it was a packed house. The lineup was incredible and everyone had an amazing time. And I want to just reiterate again how proud of you I am and how well I think you did with all of it and what a natural you are at like bringing people together.
Thank you. My body doesn't seem to know the difference between getting on stage with a microphone and going to war.
Oh yeah, so Callie and I both were like, we're gonna do bits.
Yeah,
we're gonna be.
We're
the
gonna
intro
tell
of
some
this.
jokes.
And we sat here and workshopped this whole thing. And by that I mean Callie wrote most of my material because she's a fucking genius. And
I'm a writer, not a performer.
she was great. And we go up there and both of us were very nervous beforehand. I stashed myself in the corner because I thought I just need to physically lower my heart rate enough because I talk fast. Y'all know this. I know this. Everybody knows it.
You don't need to 2x speed her TikTok videos.
Nope, I'm just rambling. And so I wanted to be really conscious of that. And I still went up there and completely blacked out. I don't know what I said. I think I said all of the words I was supposed to coherently.
I think you did.
Thank God.
I don't remember. I was still coming out of my blackout from my little shtick.
Yeah, so Callie goes up first, and I could tell she's a little nervous, and I just go full supportive, like Mean Girl's mom on the side. I'm like, you're doing amazing. You're so good. Yeah. And I think it helped.
You jolted me with something when I was tripping up in that first sentence, but yeah, the crowd was really supportive.
The crowd was very supportive, but also like the very first person to hop on stage at a comedy show, that is like, you got to loosen a room up.
And I am not a public speaker. Like I can riff, I can write. I cannot get on an elevated surface with a microphone.
But damn it, did she try. But other than us, having a shaky little moment in the beginning because we were both really nervous, the show was amazing.
It was amazing. And I am notoriously bad at believing in myself.
Which we're working on. But this morning I'm like, analyzing the night, like the goods and the bads and whatever. And I can catch my brain being like, but you should have, or, but it, but when I zoom out, I was like, that was actually so incredible. It was so impressive. Getting people to come out on a Tuesday night to Hollywood for comedy is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And you had a packed house.
Especially when not at a comedy club.
No.
Just random, like no one would ever have heard of it.
It was that really classic, like when you're in high school and you throw a birthday party and you're like, what if no one comes? And we're all sitting there going, okay, here we go. And then the security guards go, there's a line out front.
Crazy. I was like, anyone came?
You mean they really showed up? It was just such a fun night. And I'm just so excited to see what you do next. And I think it was Maddie last night maybe was telling me, or somebody else was like, it's so exciting to see what you guys are doing because you don't post about anything coming up. It just sort of happens. So like to know, she was like, it seems like you both are doing a lot behind the scenes, and we totally are, which is why we haven't podcasted in a month.
I need to work on letting people in to the process of things and just being more.
I mean, yes. And also it's okay if you don't, I think.
Yeah.
Like, cause I am always someone that feels like if I put too much energy on something, like telling somebody I have a crush on someone, which, will get us into one point in time.
Next segment.
How to lose a guy in 10 days. Tell someone you like him.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's okay to keep things under wraps a little bit and not in like a perfectionist mindset, but just like, I don't know, it's fun to surprise people. Like I'll definitely kind of drop hints and things of like I'm working on something. Peach Honey's been really amazing. I spent the last month moving everything to a third-party packing and logistics company in Denver, which has been equal parts relieving and also stressful because it's a bunch of men in charge of packing my orders.
Bigger fingers.
Big ol' fingers. And that's the only thing I think men should be doing for Peach Honey is hard labor. But there were some detailed moments that fell through the cracks. So anybody that got an order and emailed me about a problem they had incurred, thank you. And I appreciate you being so kind about it. And I had a long talk with them about what's supposed to be happening. So that's been a really fun month. And I've also, I mean, in the spirit of talking about what we're working on, have finally time and energy to put towards the next collection for Peach Honey, which I'm so excited about. And I've hired a female graphic designer to make a vintage t-shirt for this collection, which is really fun. And we'll be doing another gooey bag, which I'm really excited about because I know a lot of you wanted the last one, and I've always done this since I've started. There's been a couple Peach Honey customers that have bought every single gooey bag I've ever dropped, which is so cute. So, you know, that'll be dropping soon, and hopefully a new physical CBD product. I want to expand on the CBD line. So that's something that I'm working on right now and has also been occupying a lot of time, plus travel and going out and boys a little bit, which is cuckoo bananas. You and I have very different reactions to that word.
She's like, boys. I'm like, boys.
Cal also and I. Okay, so we did an episode on dating where we both publicly talked about how we really haven't had like a crush in a while. We really haven't been dating. And then both of us almost immediately afterwards have a crush on a boy, which we learned hard and fast was just like a bad idea because we, I think, projected a lot of our own hopes and dreams onto these men and put them, maybe we had some rose-colored glasses on. I, for one, got dickmatized, and I know that.
You know, I'm glad we're talking about this.
And you know what? And I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a lot to say about this. So, as you know, and as anyone who knows me knows, I've been love bombed every which way that's ever been created.
Have you ever tried this one?
And in every position, I've been love bombed. But like most girls say, like, I get it. I get someone being in love with me after 5 minutes.
I'm amazing. Of course
like,
you're obsessed with
why
me.
would I doubt that? And so recently that happened.
That this one kind of sneak attacked, and I also think you have to give yourself some grace that like you hadn't had feelings for somebody in a really long time.
I haven't had feelings about anything at all in life until this moment.
Which is something we've also been trying to work on a bit. But it was something awoken in you, and boy did it light a fire. The first time you called me about it, I was like, okay.
I was manic. I had to stand on Kiana's shake plate to get.
Which is what everyone knows you do when you're manic. You get on the shake plate.
Well, I was just sitting there on her couch.
Like a bag of shake and bake, baby.
But yeah, and she's like, you need to stand up.
You know what? You need to take a lap. Yeah, I think you could take a lap. And so when you first called me about it, I didn't want to like burst the bubble, but I definitely was like,
see, when I first called you about it and you said the word love bomb me, I was like, fuck. I didn't even consider that.
Something to think about, something to consider.
I thought I was out of that phase of life.
It will never leave us. It will always be available. They will always try.
And there's no defense for him, but he's younger, so he's still in that phase of life.
Well, and that's what happened to me. That younger guy tried to love bomb me, which we won't name because that'll just, break the internet. Mm-hmm. But he immediately tried to start love bombing me. And I think I was just also in a phase, I don't know, I just knew right away. I just knew right away. I was like, this is not genuine. There's no reason for you to be calling me baby girl right now. I haven't even met you in person yet. And he would call me and just talk to me for hours and just be like, yeah, I've never dated an older woman before, but like, we're going to have such a fun time and you're going to be my date to this thing. And I was like, okay, all right, for sure. I totally believe it.
Yeah, I would have been like,
yeah, great.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun. It's fun to believe it. It's fun to like fall into the fantasy. Yeah. I don't blame you
especially
for doing
when
it all.
Creative and imaginative. You can see it.
We can see it. Yeah. I can see the vision. It's a fun thing to play into. But people like you and me, when we play into it, it fucking hurts because inevitably that guy ghosted me and
I don't know what the fuck.
And they never spoke
Technically,
again.
he sent the last text, but.
Well, after whatever ends up happening,
it just hard stop. Nothing happened.
Yeah,
nothing good, nothing bad happened.
Because it's not sustainable.
Poof,
it just disappeared.
Yeah, he's a magician.
And then you take the rose-colored glasses off and you look at that guy and you go, "Hello."
Hello.
I mean, yeah. So I for one, because this is about me now.
When is it not?
When is it not really? My greatest takeaway from this is that I'm just so grateful that if you felt something again, because we were literally sitting here, it's on video where I went, I think someone's going to come around and just like light a fire in you. And
He lit it on fire.
He lit on fire. Joke's on me. I should have been more specific with the universe, like, and also stayed around and also followed through on all of his promises and didn't love on you. But you were like, no, I'm never, you really for a while thought I'm never going to feel something again.
And I, not even in the love romantic sense, like I really felt numb in every way.
Yeah.
And I will give the crush a little bit of, I mean, it wasn't him, it's all me, but
it awoken something in you again.
Yeah. And then, you know, all of a sudden all this stuff was sorry dad is happening. I'm painting again. And I don't want to like attribute it to that, but something jolted the system.
Even
for
my
sure.
most toxic, horrible situationships, relationships, whatever, I think all served a purpose. And that doesn't mean that I'm thanking this man for doing something for me. It just, whatever.
The universe. You're thinking the
universe, like whatever psychoactive, like emotional thing that needed to happen in that situation did. Like, and that's great. I'm so happy. Even this guy I dated years ago, relationship went nowhere. It was my first sober breakup. It was really hard, but I will always say I was really grateful that he like kind of awoke in this like more like confident side of me in the way that I dress.
Yeah.
Just this little tiny thing, and it just sort of unfolds. And
they all do a little something.
Yeah. And I think that's okay. And I think that's the grace that you get to take from it, because I think you and I both are like, we have a hard time letting go of somebody unless we resent them.
Yeah. I actually pat myself on the back for not villainizing
the
person.
villainization of it.
Because that's a coping mechanism. Like I try to villainize my ex/best friend. No way in hell is anyone villainizing that man. Let's be real. Okay. But like, you know, I've learned through that one and this last thing that you don't have to villainize them. We're all doing our best. We're all like,
and it can just be what it is.
Yeah.
It can just go, okay, that just happened.
And in the grand scheme of things, it was like 30 minutes of my time. If you think about it, maybe 7 minutes of my time.
If you put it on the Richter scale.
Yeah.
You know,
tiny blip. That's a hard thing to do, especially when you're a double Scorpio, like 5 Scorpios in me.
There's like 11 Scorpios.
I'm like, I need revenge.
Yeah.
you know?
You have to like put them in a negative light, and then, you know, it's just a matter of feeling in control of our emotions, because like it's also okay to admit that like that hurt our feelings. My crush thing that happened hurt my feelings.
It is mean a little bit.
Yeah, it's a mean thing to do, and we can acknowledge that and go, hey, that was shitty the way you handled this. I'm not going to resent you and hate you, because that's also more energy given to it that I don't really need to. But like, you go and just go, you know, that was shitty. I'm allowed to feel hurt by it. I also don't need to have to waste any more energy hating you or resenting you or, you know, feeling a sense of revenge, because it just ends up holding space. And I think for people like you and me, it creates this thing we have to accomplish still. Like, I have to prove to you.
Yeah. Like, look what you missed.
What did you post? What was the thing about abandoning self?
Oh.
Yeah, look what you missed out on is a big one for me.
Yeah.
That my ego needs to release.
We can pull up that tweet on your phone. I'll just cut it in.
Hey, could you guys look this up?
Yeah.
No one's here.
Hey, Jim,
could you Google this for me really quick? It was a sorry dad tweet, right?
Yeah.
Here it is.
That's the one that everyone in the comments is like, bitch, what?
Yeah, it really struck a chord with me, because I think you and I both really struggle with fear of abandonment. And so it says, maybe you continue to have a fear of abandonment because you consistently abandon yourself in order to convince others that you're worthy of not being abandoned.
I still can't grasp it yet. I just don't know.
I know that is always the downfall for me in relationships, is when we start to get to this crux. And I think it's because I'm attracted to a certain type of men that requires a lot of dissolving of me in order for the relationship to work. And I'm worried they're going to leave, and I start freaking out. But then I leave all sense of self. I stop hanging out with my friends. I stop taking care of myself in the same way. I stop looking at myself in the mirror the same way. Like, I just lose this like confidence and this love and this like joie de vivre for life, because I'm so scared they're going to leave me.
Yeah.
And
you have to make them feel comfy, cool. Like they're on the same level and they're not.
Yeah. Anything to make them okay. Yeah. And then, you know, I realize I just completely lose myself. But I really like, my little pat on the back is that I feel like I've worked through a lot of that in the last couple like blip situationships in my life. I didn't revert to that, because I mean, you were with me 2 summers ago where I was bawling my eyes out over a man that looked like a big toe.
Which one?
The Malibu party.
Oh.
crying.
Crazy. That was
Insane.
crazy work, but money's a hell of a drug. So, anyways,
And that's on
capitalism.
capitalism. But that was someone who love bombed me. Couldn't ever picture myself with him ever. And then the second he started pulling away, freaked out. And now I feel like I'm genuinely in a point where, like this last crush that I had, this man had been after me for years. I've known him since I was 12 years old. And I was like, no, I'm going to give him a shot. Famous last words. And what's great about it is what's cool about all of that is the energy shifts, these shitty comments. I don't fall for the bullshit anymore. I don't take it personally. Yeah. Like,
that's a new thing for us.
Not taking shit personally.
Yeah. I feel so free.
It's so freeing to go, oh, you're acting like this because you're an idiot and not because I did something wrong.
It feels so good. I think that's why I got over whatever the fuck just happened in like 30 minutes.
That's exactly why you did.
Yeah. Not a single tear was shed, but that's because I had nothing to do with it.
Well, because I think we're fiercely independent girls, and the easiest way that we take control over situations is that we blame ourselves, because if I know that it's me, I can fix it. And so this was the first time I was like, this has nothing to do with me. I have been nothing but sexy to you.
Yeah.
I have been nothing but cool, calm, and collected, and great, and mature. And you're fucking this up. And I told him on the phone, I go, I've never had someone put this little effort into spending time with me. And it was just like, what a bummer for you, dude. What do you even mean? So, I don't know, just a bummer. I think I just got fully dickmatized, and like what he hangs out with at Barney's Beanery.
Oh, that was strike a million for me. I don't even need strike 2 and 3 when I heard that one. I was like, girl.
What do you mean?
How many roofies are in his pocket? Like, what?
Look, love him truly. Like,
I know. I don't know him.
Maybe he'll be better when he's 40, but like, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I told him, I have no desire to teach a man how to treat me. And it was just like, what a letdown, but.
So we're back to, am I back to no, we're not back to the headspace of that first dating episode where I'm like, I don't even want.
I don't think you're there.
Okay.
I don't get the feeling that you are.
I believe you. I don't know what reality is anymore.
Well, neither of us. Yeah. I don't see you regressing to that point, because you have taken that bit of energy and invested it into so many other things in your life.
That's true.
You have invested it in your business. Sorry, Dad's booming again. You've invested in self-preservation and taking charge of your life. You have put some things in motion for yourself, and that don't involve you waiting around for another guy to ask you out.
And not that I was ever waiting for.
No, not that you were ever there, but you're
thinking that
I don't see you getting back to that point, because it's not just reliant on having somebody there.
Yeah.
Which I'm really proud of to see you do. Yeah, I think biggest lessons that we learned were trust your gut. I knew from day one what was going to happen with this boy, and I still thought maybe, but that's just because his head game was crazy. And I'm sorry if that's TMI, but wow, was that night and day from where my sex life was at before.
I mean,
and I still miss it. I'm not going to lie.
I resonate with that, and that's why I've brought someone back up from the bench.
Which honestly is the only time in my life that I've been excited for this for you, because when he was around the first time, I was pissed. But your headspace was so different.
But yeah, now I'm like, I think it's just such a adult, lovely, fun, safe space.
Friends with benefits space.
Yeah.
2 years ago, Cal was talking to this guy, and we were in New York, and
I was losing my mind.
And she would just shut off. Like, you couldn't reach her.
Yeah.
She was unreachable.
Not just in New York. It was like it was like all from like early summer.
Oh yeah, it was a whole summer, but that was the peak moment for me when we were out in New York, and I was like, hey, we've got to go to the next spot, and you were gone, waiting for him to text you back. And I was like, I remember talking in the car, and I was like, Cal, this is bad. Like, I'm really worried about you. And you're like, what? It's just fun. And I was like, you are not having a good time.
The manicness that I was feeling then is similar to the manic I was feeling this couple weeks ago with that. Like, I still can't discern the difference between alarm bells and a crush.
Yeah.
Like, because there's still excitement in both, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
anxiety and excitement are the same chemical reactions in your body.
But yeah, we healed from that. I've been friends with him since then. I was like, hey, we can't be doing this. I'm not well,
Yeah, you said
you're great. I'm great. But right now, whatever this is isn't working. And then, we stayed friends. And now we're just friends again.
Benefits.
We're other friends.
Which is great. I mean, I think also that's like part of the autonomy of being a single woman in your 30s. It's like I've kind of taken a hold of my sex life again in a way that feels really safe. Like I used to not be able to sleep with somebody without feeling incredibly attached to them.
Yeah.
And I've had some like fun little moments over the last couple of months and not been like, are they going to call?
I
And
think
that's so freeing.
And what that is, I think, assuming, is, you know, how we've stopped taking everything personally.
Yeah.
Like none of the things, and I had to talk with the guy from a couple years ago that's back then. Like I know none of this is personal. It's just right now, however I am, cannot handle whatever this is. You know, like there's this possessiveness on my end. There's insecurity. There's all that, and I don't have that anymore. And I'm like, it is so nice. Like maybe
It's freeing.
it is really freeing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so nice. I used to put a lot of pressure on things. And now I just feel so, what's yours is yours. And not that I'm fully like, let them vibes. Because there's some things where it's like, I shouldn't let people treat me badly. You know what I mean? But I'm also like not attaching my self-worth to anything.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of that also comes from me just really being in control of my life and a lot of success with Peach Honey. That doesn't hurt, you know? I don't feel like I need anyone for anything.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to show up in a way in my life that is benefiting me and not causing me stress, not benefiting me like I need you to do something for me, but like I need you to be a positive force in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then do you have anything else you'd like to share with the chat?
Do I have anything else I want to share?
Anything else that's happened in the last month that you feel really cool about? Or also not cool. It's okay. This is a safe space. You can share whatever you want.
Well, we're not going to talk about the new developments yet because
And that's okay.
and yeah.
Perfect.
Do I have any new things? Well, Sorry Dad just launched Sorry Dad Studios, which is what we were talking about earlier, and we have our second event on Tuesday, which is a heels class taught by an incredible choreographer. And I know that's not for everyone. Like comedy show, anyone can show up. Usually just dancers show up to this, but
Yeah.
that's the type of events we're going to do. Like I'm going to teach like a live nude. I won't be nude. I'm going to have to find someone to be nude.
I'll be naked.
Yeah, like figure drawing class, stuff like that. Just getting all of my chronically online sorry dadders off their phones, you know, and back in the world. Because that's what I wanted to do. I'm like doom scrolling every day and I'm like, I got to do something about this. So let's do something about
And
this.
I think you're doing something about this, and I love what you're doing, and I'm excited. And I personally will not be taking the heels class because you've seen me try to learn a dance, and it is spooky.
Fair.
I can shake my butt. I cannot learn a choreographed routine. Well, I'm excited for what you're doing.
Thank you.
I think it's going to be really great. And yeah, stay tuned for new Peach Honey drops. That's coming soon. And a lot of fun content on my personal social media. The trip to New York is with a brand that I'm really excited to be partnering with. And, you know, just trying to share more with everybody, trying to slow down and share.
Yeah, no more crushes. Sorry. DMs are closed.
I have kind of a crush. You hate that I have this crush.
Not a new one.
No, but you know.
He's lingering.
He's lingering, but he's cute.
He's
He needs to figure some things
He's
out.
better than the other. Wait, which one are we talking about? No.
Who do you think I was talking about? Oh, well, I love him always, but that's never going to happen.
Okay.
And that's okay. You don't like that I have a crush on the other
No.
one. And that's okay.
You don't have a crush on him. You're just bored.
That's probably fair. We're cutting all of this. I'm not going to.
We're
It
not
just
cutting
feels
this.
nice-
I'm in charge. I'm kidding.
We can't. We can't.
I could bleep his name.
We can't put any of this in here.
Why?
Because what if he sees it?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know someone with that many followers and that much money was going to see this.
Well, he could.
Yeah, this is his first impression of me.
Just the fuck. Okay, I don't actually have any crushes, but I'm open to crushes.
Her DMs are open.
My DMs are open.
Except for
I'm
that
open
one
to crushes.
guy. For that one guy that we were just talking about.
Yeah, but that's because he has my phone number.
Yeah, for now. I don't know how I'm going to fix that, but
Yeah, that's gonna be a real clusterfuck.
yeah, I'm going to either get your number changed
Yeah. No, please don't. I've had it for so long.
or get my hands on his telephone.
This leads me perfectly into my question of the day for our
Oh.
sign off, which is, who is your dream celebrity crush, boyfriend, husband forever?
I have two.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
One of them is Pedro Pascal.
Naturally, everybody's.
Yeah. The other one
I love him.
is one of my really great friends who is famous and very gay.
Flex. I know who you're going to say.
Yeah. And in a perfect world, he was bi. Because he is
Or curious.
the brightest light in all of the land, and he's so talented and he's so cute.
And his name is?
Destin Conrad.
And we love him.
We love him.
Yeah, that's
he's
great.
just like a bundle of joy. Anyone who knows him or anyone who's around him, he's just the best.
Okay,
So,
I love this.
All love. And then I have to throw Kiana in there or else she's going to be mad.
Well, she'll be pissed.
Yeah. Kiana's my celebrity crush.
Yeah, we
Earmuff
love
Cedric.
Sorry, said.
Okay, so who is your...
Okay, my celebrity crush, the one that I just want to hook up with because I just think it'd be the most fun in the whole wide world is Jack Harlow.
Would it be fun?
I DM'd him.
Would it be fun?
Yeah.
Logistically.
What do you mean logistically?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Anyways, tell me why.
Oh, thank you for asking. I love him. I think he's so cute because I love a weird white boy, and I know he just looks like he gives great head, and then he'd like want to get Taco Bell afterwards or something weird.
Yeah, he does have a quirk.
He's got a quirk to him. I think
yeah.
he's silly, and I think he could match my freak in the way that I would say a weird joke and he wouldn't go.
Yeah, he'd say a weirder one.
Exactly, and that's why I want to make out with him. I did slide into his DMs.
Did he?
God, no. He has like 9 million followers. But
Don't we know like a million people who know him directly?
Oh, he's 2 degrees of separation for sure.
Like one. Wait, one would be direct, right?
Well, you have your cousins, and then you have your first cousins, and then you have your second cousins. So love him. And then my like one I want to marry, and everyone always thinks this is so weird, but I love him so much, is Luke Wilson. I know.
That's just like...
And he is 2 degrees of separations from me.
I have nothing good or bad to say about that.
And I'll take that as a fucking win, because any man I show you, you're like, first of all.
I mean, isn't Luke like an elder?
Sure. That's why I want to marry him.
Really?
I've got to get some information. I love
Have
him.
you scanned the whole database of celebrities?
Sure, but this one just feels the most obtainable to me.
What have we learned about obtainable?
I will just
Shoot for the stars,
hurt
bitch.
you. Anyway.
Shoot for Mars, bitch.
Shoot for Mars, bitch. If I'm shooting for Mars, Jacob Elordi.
That feels more attainable.
You think so?
Yeah.
He's got a girlfriend.
For now. Don't they all?
Okay, well, I think this is a nice update. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have a chance to check out Sorry Dad and Peach Honey, a note from our sponsors, please support our small businesses so we can keep being girl bosses and make podcasts with you. And check us out on our other internet things. We'll put them in the bios below.
On the ether and such and things.
And the such and things. And I think that's actually really nice.
And with that said...
Kayla, love you. Bye.